For now, let's just do that just quickly. So oil, you've got a lot of rhetoric again about output cuts, limit of supply essentially. That's what's brought you up from here. I did say you could take it lightly long in line with all this key support. Okay, again, you're summarizing or surmising, if you like, what you think is going to happen based on what you've seen previously. Now, since you've seen so much rejection here before, don't you think it's fairly viable to say that coming to that area might be of interest? And of course, it has been. Now, I also said to short it at 74.5. I did mention that. You can watch my streams, my posts, my chats, whatever you want. I said that. You should be killing that off now. Why? Well, if you look now, you've got a pullback and you're coming to very early support. So if you're holding a short into support, okay, then you're selling into support. If you're holding a position open, you are selling yourself into that area. So I like it long again. I like it lightly long again. If that rhetoric continues into 2024, out of 2023, then you may find what happens is you come above this 20 MA and up to your 40, something like that, or up to your 200 at this point, in line with that resistance. Now, if that's confusing to you, just put your time frames up and you can see things so much more clearly. A lot of people struggle because they don't understand how to use every time frame. Again, that's something I teach heavily because it's so important. You've got to be able to see the markets in all their forms of data. Now, you can see the MAs as well lining up as gauges for price, more or less. Okay, you can see that like this. So coming back to one of these is going to be very ideal, at least in my opinion, for shorts. Okay, so I would prefer to start to short it at the next point of interest, 77.3 or so. And like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if it gets higher because you've now got this propping up of the oil price. And if you've got, unfortunately, global tensions as well, in some ways around the Middle East, which can cause problems. You've had BP just feed into it, for example, and say they're shutting down production. Obviously, that lessens supply, it increases demand, the price goes up. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if you get to that point. I do like it lightly long at this point now. Something like that might be a contentious area first, but I think ultimately you'll get in line with this 200 MA to the upside. So oil into 2024, I wouldn't be shocked if you get up here. If you do find that you get even more sentiment than that, my real sort of ideal process is just scaling more into the market short. But I do think ultimately your price of oil will reset to the lower side. It was already on the way there. I don't think people in other parts of the world, Russia, China, will be too happy because they want, or the Middle East specifically, they want a higher price because they make more money. But you can always see if you scroll out that the price eventually comes way down after being way up. And I think that's where we're going with it. But I'm not interested in shorting lows. So I will only short on higher moves. I wouldn't be shocked if it's that one that takes you down or that one. But if you have a big energy crisis, again, I don't think we've still got a fair amount of cold weather if you live in the UK, for example, or Europe, but it's not an extreme length of time. I mean, we're almost at the end of December, then 3 more months, and it's probably going to be a bit warmer anyway. So it's already like 12 degrees here, I think, or it will be today, and it's never like that in December. So it tells you a lot about climate change and things like that. But in any case, I'd rather short it higher, and I think ultimately, given that sustains itself, you'll go lower. Otherwise, I'm just using all my risk management plans, DCAing, hedging, etc., limited sizes to control any move against me and sustain myself long term for consistent gains. So like I said, get my free training underneath. That is oil.